so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.
Yo guys, what is up? Max in Wonderlands video, and today we're going over a little update to the Cold Snap build in terms of a new discovery with what is the best weapon for the build, as well as an update on the Impaling Ice Spike. Now, I put out Cold Snap a few days ago. It's an Ice Spike build, and Ice Spike the next day after I put it out was actually fixed. It was apparently hitting enemies twice, and so they made it only hit enemies once, basically cutting its damage in half. However, an unintended effect of that was the spell was no longer registering when it was hitting enemies. It was like kind of bugged out when I sent multiple clips over to Gearbox of my spell just dealing 0 damage. So they have rolled back that hotfix, and now Impaling Ice Spike is working as intended, or as it was before, doing ridiculous damage, and in my opinion, still the strongest spell in the game. Now, I will have a video on the top 5 strongest spells besides Impaling Ice Spike, just because I know that people want other options, so that video should hopefully be out tomorrow. But in the meantime, I wanted to update you on what best weapon to use, and because I was using the wrong one, genuinely. So there's been a recent discovery or recent charting in the community, it's showing on screen right now, of all of the different companion weapons in the entire game and everything that they scale off of and everything that they benefit off of. Now, you'll note on this sheet that there are multiple weapons that'll actually deal spell damage. So of the weapons that deal spell damage that are companions, I know that the Queen's Cry does spell damage, but it's not a companion. We have the Fragmented Rain SMGs. These are legendary SMGs that can roll with Hydra and Pixie. We have the Pistol Crossbow styles. These are the Fear Not pistols. They can come in Hydra and Pixie. And then we have the Bloodshots. These are shotgun pellet shotguns that can roll in Hydra and Pixie. And I tested out as many variants as I could, and what I found is that, so instead of just sharing which weapon or companion weapon I think is the strongest, I wanted to actually show you guys a few tests with the exact same gear on and just swapping weapons, showing you guys the damage so you can make a decision on what you think is the best companion weapon, and then I'll explain why I think what I think is the best companion weapon to use with spell builds. Now, we're starting off with the Hydra shotguns. These things deal solid damage, but if you look at my ammo consumption and the amount of ammo SDUs for shotguns that I have, by the time that these things are done, I will basically have run out of shotgun ammo. So while they're strong, they seem to fire a little bit slower and proc blast gas a little bit less, and they also consume a ton of ammo, but they are a really strong option because they also work with Faithful Thralls. Next up, we've got the Pixie version of the Fear Not. Now, I will be showing the Hydra version as well, but these things do really, really, really good damage. They've got low ammo consumption and high fire rate, meaning that they're great for proccing blast gas on enemies. As you can see, I've only thrown out a few already, and they are already shredding. If you couldn't already tell, these are my favorite ones. I think they are just the most worth for, like, how fast they kill things versus their ammo consumption, because they're pistols instead of shotguns. I really, really like these. They do not count for Faithful Thralls, but their damage is super high. Next up, we've got another Fear Not. This is a Hydra version, though. Instead of the Pixie version, this is the Hydra version. This one is fire. But I just wanted to show you guys this thing. Now, the big benefit to these being Hydras is they will actually count for Faithful Thralls for me, and I just wanted to show you guys all of these because I want you to be able to make your own opinion on which you like the most, and then I'll tell you which ones I think are the strongest. Now, obviously, these are dealing a little bit less damage because they're against a shield, but hopefully, now that the shield is down, they can do some good things to the health bar. So, like, at least from my experience, these aren't quite as good as the Pixie ones that I just showed you, but they do stack for Faithful Thralls, which will increase my spell damage, so there's the added benefit to that. All right, now we've got the Fire Shotgun Pixie. Note that this is the only volatile of all the weapons that I've tried on this list, so this could be a little bit more damage just because it's volatile, but it is my only shotgun that has Pixie companions. I just want to show you guys this as well. And note my ammo consumption when I'm using these. All right, well, that was through the shield phase. Hopefully the flash phase will be a little bit faster. That was really good there. And killed. So that was pretty fast, but I once again used half of my total ammo reserve to get the kill done. And lastly, we'll do the Queen's Cry, just because I know people are going to mention it. This weapon shoots gun damage, but it calls down meteors that are actually spell damage. So those spells can benefit from all of our spell casts. I haven't been super impressed with this in terms of damage, but it is a solid weapon. So I wanted to show you guys like our time to kill, basically, if I was just using this thing. Not great. Not great. So yeah, I didn't show all the weapons, but I've been doing this for a few hours now, and I just want to give you guys a taste of kind of why my decisions are the way that they are. And that decision is that for general use, the Fear Nots are the best. Now, obviously, the shotguns, as you saw, can dish out some serious damage, but I go through about half my ammo or half my ammo reserves by throwing them out because they just consume so much ammo per chuck. Versus the pistols, you can basically get through a whole chaos chamber of just chucking and be relatively fine. So yes, the shotgun's a little bit more damage, but for general use, I think these pistol pixie companions are just the best go-to, and why I wanted to make this video, because if we look at the damage that's happening on our screen right now and then swap to, like, for example, the pistol that I was using in my build video, it's just like nowhere is close, just because these things can't proc blast gasp. So yeah, the Fear Knot is absolutely crazy. These pixie weapons that can trigger spell damage are amazing for spell builds because they benefit from Stain of the Soul, they benefit from Blast Gas, they benefit from all of our spell damage increases, they benefit from all of our elemental damage increases. So like ideally on our like Cold Snap build, I don't have one yet, but I would get like a Cryo Fear Knot would kind of be my god roll. I haven't found that yet, but I just want to show you guys a little bit of Chaos Chamber of just chucking these things around. So we're just going to do a bit of Chaos Chamber just to show you guys what these chucks can do, because when I started using these, I found that, like, I meant to just use them as, like, a complement to my damage and mainly focus on spellcasting, but they ended up just killing everything for me. Let's see if we can get this guy to spawn and then chuck some of these things. Like, what? That thing is dead. This is Chaos 20. I think it just got Blast Gas procced and insta-died. That was a badass. There's a 61k, a 100k, a 61k, a 52k. Like, it's just disgusting. They are so strong, and I had to inform you guys of how good these things are because I simply was missing out on clear speed times by not picking these things up. So yeah, guys, that's kind of the point of the video. If you want to go get these Fear Knots, I strongly recommend farming the Chaos Chamber Pistol Bunnies. By the way, just a side note of what these things can scale with. So these weapons, they read crossbow to increase damage. The actual Pixie Companions cannot take advantage of these. And if you want to scale their damage up the most, from what I've tested, spell damage increases their damage. Companion damage increases their damage. Elemental damage increases. So if you can get one with, like, increased or like if you're wearing enchantments for like increased elemental damage or like increased lightning damage, for this one specifically, that would increase its damage, and actual magazine size bonuses. So for example, I tested with like this thing with plus 46% gun magazine size, which increased the magazine size when I throw it, and that was giving it significantly increased damage. So magazine size boost, spell damage boost, companion damage boost, and all elemental damage increases or all damage dealt will also increase it. So like, for example, all damage dealt stat will also increase the damage of these things. They're really good. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative. I will catch y'all in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.